Hi everyone. Today I tried to do a Facebook Live kind of online catalog kickoff day and I just couldn't get it to work. I tried several times. The video kept freezing and it kept saying video paused and I didn't know how to, I don't know, I was having so many problems. I gave up, and so I decided to just kind of film a catalog walkthrough separately, not live, and that way if it froze I wouldn't be halfway through a demonstration. So I did manage to, I think, demonstrate 2 cards on the Facebook Live. So if you go to my Facebook page you can see a really fun card using the what is it called, Inspired Thoughts and Inspiring Canopy dies. I think I managed to get that one live, but otherwise I'm going to start doing some videos separately on the various new products that came out. There's so many pretty ones that the videos for projects are popping through my head, but I wanted to do a catalog walkthrough where I show you some highlights from the catalog that I don't want you to miss. There's some hidden gems in here. There are some dies that are standalone that you might miss, and I don't want you to miss them because they're really awesome. And there are some of my favorite stamp sets. So I did I'm going to do a video showing you these. I'm going to walk through this catalog with you. While you're at it, please head over to Beth's Paper Cuts blog today because I have a scavenger hunt game with raffles, and I explain that at my blog. I have the raffle things behind me. I talked about that in my live video, and in case you miss it, I have a few different raffle things on my shelf. There's a photo of that at my blog as well, and it talks about ways that you can get raffle tickets by participating in the scavenger hunt, leaving comments, things like that. US only please on that, and I'm not allowed to do, I think there's a couple states too that don't do raffles. I'll have to look that up. Anyway, this is my catalog walkthrough. I want you to see it. This is a beautiful catalog, so I really want to make sure that you don't miss any of the highlights from here. So I hope that you watch it, and if you have any questions about all these new things, please let me know. And again, throughout the month I'm going to be showing it throughout the year, because this is an annual catalog. I'll be showing all kinds of highlights from this, but today I just wanted to focus on all that was new and show you some of the things that I was able to get early and start playing with already. Okay, so that is hopefully you'll watch. Okay, so here we go. I want to show you some highlights from the annual catalog. First up, I want to show you this cover. I love this paper. It is using an alcohol ink technique, and I used to always think that we couldn't really do that with our Stampin' Up! Products because you need alcohol ink-based ink pads, and our ink pads are not alcohol-based. However, people have been showing all different ways to do it with Stampin' Up! Alcohol markers, are Stampin' Blends, and so there's a way to create this really beautiful look, and I want to show it to you up close through the papers because I think they're lovely. So here you have this beautiful background paper, and look at that, this one has gold accents on one side and not on the other. So pretty. This one they've used that technique to create flowers, and look at the back, looks like marble. Here you've got some gold foil on the flowers, and look at that. So I want to play around with the idea of using the paper because it's already done for you, but also learning how to do that technique. So that's something that I'm going to be doing in the upcoming weeks because I just think it's so pretty. I love to watercolor, and this has kind of a watercolor look, but not quite. You can't quite achieve it. So look at that. Really pretty background. Another one. Nice gold stripe. Just pretty. Anyway, I really like that. So I wanted to show you that technique on the cover. And then there are a few things on the inside that I wanted to show you. First off, this set here is called the Beauty of the Earth Suite, and I really liked it because it focused on trees, and I loved this paper, so I wanted to show you this. And I've already kind of gone through it because I tried to do a live video, so now my paper's a mess, but here's the 2 sides of this one. Pretty. And the idea behind, I think, this one is, first off, it looks just like close in, zoom in on some fall leaves. But if you imagine cutting out the die, let me find the dies. Here you go. If you imagine cutting out either the solid die or this kind of die that's, see how it's got holes and stuff like that in it. If you imagine cutting out your leaves, then your tree would look like a beautiful fall tree. And I like that this one has these holes in it, because then you can see the branches through the holes, which really gives some more depth, and it just is pretty. So I really like trees, and I love tree stamps, and this was just a gorgeous paper pack, and I really liked the dies. And you can even imagine using just this die for a spooky Halloween tree. And actually this reminded me of a Halloween card I got from a friend, Lois. I'm going to grab it really quick. Okay, so her tree is obviously smaller, but look how she put little eyeballs in it. So funny and spooky, and I really liked it, and so I kind of thought I wanted to recreate that. However, that's an older die from Stampin' Up, I think. But this one you could do that with. You could put googly eyes in the tree, and I thought that was really fun. But then, as I was making my purchase from Stampin' Up, I saw there was another tree die set, and so I was like, what? There's another tree? And I liked it too. So you have to kind of either decide if you want to get both tree sets or pick which one you like best. Let me find the other one. Now I got both. I'm crazy that way. Page 52. Okay, here's the other one. Now notice these trees are, it's a row of trees. And let me show you that one. Oops, where's my row of trees? It is on my die cut machine. Okay, so here you've got the row of trees. And so that was pretty, and I just couldn't decide. And I ended up getting both of them. I think this one has its fun qualities as well. I like that it's a row. There's 4, so I thought you could even do a progression of winter, spring, summer, fall. You can add a canopy that is in different seasons or none at all for winter like they did here. And it's just got so many possibilities. And as you can see, they cut the trees apart, so you can put words in the middle. You can just use 3, you can use all 4, so many possibilities. So I really liked this one as well, and so there's your choices. Now this one does not have a tree stamp set to go with it though. This one has a word stamp set, and so that's really fun, and I liked the word stamp set. So maybe you get the other tree set, but think about these words, or maybe get this one, because I like so hard to decide. But check out these words. I like this one, sheltering you with love. That's nice because it's sheltering tree. And then it's got like a wintry themed, 2 of them, that you can do this wintry idea. And then look how they got the falling leaves. So it's just a really pretty little words and pretty dies. So I kind of spent the day playing with this idea, and I kind of copied their idea for the wintry one. I did a really simple wash, a winter background, and with just watercolors in Misty Moonlight. And then I splattered it with the Wink Stella pen to give it some shimmer like snow. And that's just seconds really to make this one, because I just did a quick wash and added the trees on top. Super simple, but I think really pretty. Okay, and then I thought, well, I wanted to do a spring, so then I added little blossoms to the tree. And how pretty. And these little blossoms, just so you know, are from the peach die set. And it cuts all these little, it cuts 3 flowers out in one die, and then there's 3 of those, so 9 flowers in one pass from the teeny tinies, and then the slightly bigger ones are also 3 on a die. So with one pass, you know, you've already got 12 little flowers, so that's kind of nice. And so I only went through 2 passes to get all these flowers, so you're not cutting individual little tiny flowers out. So that was fun. And then I thought, well, okay, let's just do plain old green, plain green trees. And so I did this one. Okay, and then I wanted to use that sheltering you with love, and I had these teeny tiny hearts. Now the teeny tiny hearts are from our current spring catalog, which ends the end of June. So you've got a month on these, but they come like this, and you can use the white ones on the tree as well, but I ended up using the red. And they're just little resin hearts, and they already have adhesive on them, so it's so simple to add them to the tree, and it kind of mimics an apple tree, and yet you've got these cute little hearts and sheltering you with love, and I thought that was really sweet. I'm involved in a swap this month where I was assigned this stamp set actually. So I'm kind of thinking about doing this one for my swap. Not sure yet. And then I wanted to kind of copy that spooky tree of Lois's, and so I did this. And I didn't have any tiny googly eyeballs. I looked for my googly eyes, but they were all too big. I have a pack of big googly eyes. So I need to find, I know I have small ones because Stampin' Up! Had small ones with adhesive on them already. Somewhere in my retired piles I have them, I'm sure. So imagine putting little googly eyes in the tree. That would be fun. But anyway, my spooky background I achieved by just doing a wash of navy across the entire background. And then I splattered it with Wink of Stella again. And then I just, while it was still wet, I took some Gorgeous Grape and just did a swipe and it kind of bled in. So I did 2 swipes of Gorgeous Grape to kind of give a spooky background. I put the full moon in the back and the whole tree right there. Now I made my gravestones. I want to show you how I made those. I'll do a video on these cards separate from my catalog intro video because I want to get this out because I'm hoping maybe some of you are shopping this weekend. Okay, so how I made these little headstones are with these punches, and it's called a pick-a-punch. There are 3 in the catalog, so I thought I would show them to you. So let's go to the punches. So they're right here at the very bottom, and here's the one that I used, is this one here. And as you can see, there are 2 styles, and there's three sizes for each one, so you can do a 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch, and a full inch. And when you slip the paper in, so I happen to have a little one here, you can slip that in and get your edges. So here's a little skinny one, and you would slip it in and get this little one. But if you had a thicker paper, it would add even more detail, and even thicker paper would add even more detail. So for my gravestones, I did a thin and 1 size up thicker of that one, and then here's the other one, and it just kind of looks like headstones, and I used a sponge with some smoky slate to kind of rough them up a little bit. And the boo came, actually it's part of a stamp set called Banner Year, which when this punch came out, it was sold together as a bundle. You might already have it. This one would make good headstones as well. I just don't happen to have this one, and I was actually surprised because I was looking for this one because I think the middle size here is a perfect headstone, and I don't have it, amazingly. So that'll have to be on an upcoming order. While we're on the punch page, I thought I would show you, there's a lot of new punches. Usually there's 1 or 2 new punches, and there are a lot this time, and I really wanted to show them to you because I like so many of them. I made a Mother's Day card with this one called Flower and Leaves, and I already gave it to my mother and didn't take a photo. How silly is that? But it comes with 2 sizes of leaves and 2 sizes of flowers, and it's really a beautiful stamp and punch. And I really like that one. That's on page 78. And a trick to that, here we go. Now it looks like these petals, all 4 sides are different, and you might say to yourself that it would be hard to line up when making that punch, but in reality, even though the petals have a different appearance, the actual punch, the petals are all the same, so there is no lining it up. All 4 petals will match the punch. So I think that was a brilliant, because I know a lot of times people will be like having to constantly turn the flower to make it punch out, and they've eliminated that problem. So I think that was brilliant on both the small and the large. And so that is a really fun little punch, and you can layer them, or you can use them individually. You can use them on cardstock, color them in, so many fun things, and it's a beautiful bundle, and the stamps that go with it are pretty. So anyway, great little punch here. Love that one. And then this one I didn't get yet because it was on delay, and then of course the minute I finished my order it was available, but I already had enough on there, so I'll get this one next time because I really like, I mean, it's always nice to have little leaves, and how simple is that punch just to add a little leaf behind a flower image. But I really had the stamp set on my wish list anyway, so I was happy to have a punch with that one. And this is a fun little stamp set, and here we go. I'm going to show you that. Alright, it's just a fun little, see? I don't know, just something about it is fun to me. I like the cutout, the etched little cutouts in the bold stamp. I like it. I for some reason, it's kind of got a happy feel to me. This makes me feel happy. So that one's on there. Now the Sweet Strawberry is in the mini catalog now, so you might have already seen it. It's been a huge success, totally back ordered forever. So they're still giving you the bundled savings in the next upcoming catalog, which was sweet. And anyway, so Sweet Strawberry, so hard to keep in stock. The minute it comes in stock, it's gone again. Such a great die. I mean, really. And I've even seen people make this little die, or this little punch shape, into a pear, and with a little stem, and it's just so cute. And anyway, Sweet Strawberry. And then look at this little turtle. Isn't he fun? The ice cream cone is from the mini, so it's over here, but it's from the mini catalog. The little turtle is super cute too, so he's on my to get list. Now, this dragonfly was also from the spring mini, so you've seen that for a while, but the 10% is continuing on, so that is really nice. Elegantly Said, I've seen people make long strips with this by going through the back. I don't have this one yet. I'm not as fancy. I'm not a fancy person, and this one looked fancy to me, so I kind of passed on it. Now that I passed on it, of course, it's a punch, and I keep seeing people do different things with it, and I'm thinking, maybe I shouldn't have passed on it. So I might have to rethink my passing of Elegant Tag. And then this one is for sure on my list. I just missed it somehow. I don't know what I was thinking. I think Christmas in my mind was later, and so I didn't get it yet, and it's part of a Christmas bundle. So let me show you that. Here we go. And so I just kind of couldn't think Christmas yet. But I do have to have it. It will be on my list. So it cuts out that little row of trees, which you can leave as a row or you can separate them. And it's just really cute. And I like this tree. I love tree sets. So this will come to my home eventually. So I really like this one. So those are the new punches. Now, while we're in the back here, there are some dies I want to show you, and I kind of really wanted to make sure to point them out because normally as you're flipping through the catalog, you see the dies right there. You're looking and you see, here's that punch. And now see, I was talking about how they put it in through the back so that it can make it as long as you want. Anyway, might have to rethink that one. But anyway, what I'm trying to say, I'm distracting myself with the beautiful catalog, is that normally you saw the dies already when you get to this page in the back because, you've already looked at the stamps and you kind of think dies have to go with stamps. And in this catalog, they're proving that that is not the case. There are dies that have no stamps. So I'm a little worried that they're going to get missed because they're not here with the bundles. They're not in the other catalog. They're just kind of here in what you might think of as an index, because it kind of is an index, right? So I wanted to point them out because they're really great. I mean, I like these dies probably the best. So one of them is called Basic Borders. All right, and so you think this looks pretty basic, but I have made some cards with it already, and I sent most of them out. I used it on my Mother's Day cards also. Let me see if I still have one. I don't. See how bad? I sent cards out already. Oh wait, here's one. This little die here. I added a little edgelet. Anyway, super pretty die. Love it. And you can go across the whole thing. So I just used it as a little piece. But imagine a flap or something like that. And then this little angle die, you can layer them. Here's a nice rounded one. This one looks like clouds to me. Some lace kerchief and kind of a little rickrack. So there's stitching on both sides of all but the scallop one. They're really pretty, and I've seen some really pretty cards with it, and this just, my box came on Thursday, so I didn't have a chance to make too much, and the things that I did make I already sent out. So anyway, really pretty. I love these edgelets, so you're going to see a lot of these in the upcoming cards, I am sure. This one I thought I got and didn't, because as I was ordering, I had a limit that I told myself I was going to spend, and I thought that I put this on there and I didn't, but it's called Give It a Whirl, and it's to make spinners, and you have this little cutout for a base with little holes so you know where to put your brad. And let me show you. It says it's see this die. You can see this. It says see these dies in use, right? So that'll help you see it, but you can use it for anything, any stamps. They've used it on a child's card. Look how fun. So you've got this little spinner action. So it's got a window and then this little cutout so you can make it spin. And there's little scallops on the edge of this circle so you can see that it spins. And it's really fun. I just think that's a really fun little stamp set. There's a little heart cut out. How cute is that? So I know I'm going to be using this in a, if I have stamp camps again, we're going to be making some stamp camp things in here. And I thought that these little cutouts might make nice shaker card cutouts too. So we'll see. I have to get this one and play with it. This one above it, also called Flower Market. It's just a big giant background die. Just a background die. So you can put some other colors behind it and you've got like a lacy look. And I don't have that one. And this one called Iconic. I don't have this one either. And look, it's got some mushrooms and some fern. A bee, it's a little branch with flowers. It's just really fantastic. So this is, you can use that with any stamps or any sentiments you might have. So I thought that was really cute. Now this one intrigued me. And I put that one on, so I think I have it. I put this one on my first order. So it's called Layering Diorama. Now it could be that I always liked making the dioramas for my kids' school and when I was in school. And I liked the idea of, you know, layers. So these are these little amoeba shaped layers and they're just little framelets and you can use it on your own. Like you can imagine this as a background piece with some little retro, there's that Love You More Than set with the little retro looking coffee cups. So I can imagine just using this as just a background layer. Nothing to it except for the fun little shape cutout. But when you layer them with different heights and different things, you get that diorama feel. And they said to check it out on page 12, and it's super cute on page 12. So this one came right to my house. Here it is in the sea scene. So you've got layers of different blues and fish and the coral coming out, and I just loved it. It was like totally had to have it. So anyway, I got that layering diorama, and again, you can use these little cutouts as a background or as an opening. So many ways. I'm gonna have fun with that one, and I wanted to show you that. And then there's a couple more. Hold on. All right, that was that. Dies that don't have stamps. There's a couple more, amazingly. I'm so glad that I spotted them. This one is called Picture This. Okay, now this one is 2 dies. Okay, but you've got circles and rectangles. Now they have stitching on the inside and outside. So you might think, okay, I can make a bunch of circles, who cares? But they make a really fun windows. So that idea, the Picture This, the window popping through, and you can make rectangle windows, and I want to show you what they did with it. It says see them in action on page 67. So I want to show you page 67, and then I actually made the card. Had to make it first thing. Look how cute. You've got these little animals, and they were made for this, look, because they've got their little hooves sticking out. So I made that card like right away. Had to do it. Super cute. Okay, so I've got my cutouts. Now you can imagine you can use these circles for other things, right? You don't have to use them just as the cutout because the other circle is remaining. So I had to use what was left. So here I used them, and the puffins were on this page, so it made me kind of think of the puffins. So I used these circles that I already cut out behind my puffins to kind of anchor the puffins. And you can use them for sentiments, you know, you can use them for anything. Here I popped up the picture panel, but imagine recessing the circles and then popping the circle part up. So I did that. And I did that on this butterfly card. So the part with the cutouts is flat, and then I have used dimensionals to pop up the circle areas that I've colored in. Do you remember the spotlight technique that was called, where you just cut out a certain area and only colored that area? So here I colored these butterflies with my colored pencils. I just used the Night of Navy and the Balmy Blue colored pencils with little accents of white. And here I've colored them in and brought them up. So you can either recess or bring up this frame area. And then there's the rectangle frames as well. So you can imagine doing the exact same thing. What did I do with that die? Don't know. It's been a crazy day. With all my technical glitches for my videos, I have now lost my Picture This dies. Are they over here still? Yes. Okay, so you can imagine doing that same thing with these. And I think these rectangle shapes, especially this one here, would be great for sentiments. So imagine putting that sheltering tree sentiment, if you were looking for a long rectangle with stitching, you could cut a little strip out with that and you'd have some really cute stitching. So anyway, I loved this picture, and I also thought this would be fun for shaker cards. This little windows have so many possibilities, but I hope that you like what I've done with them here to give you some ideas. And look at this little Party Puffins. He's really cute and so simple. He doesn't have any dies that go with him. But while I've got this card on my desk, I wanted to point out a couple things. First off, I think it's hilarious that there's a dead fish present. Like a stamp of a dead fish. Cracked me up. But, I mean, that's what he would appreciate for his birthday, don't you think? And then this paper here, you might think, I don't see this paper anywhere in the catalog. And that's because it's not technically. Let me show you. For the first time ever, Stampin' Up! Has paper, I don't know if it's the first time ever, but it's the first time in a long time that I can remember anyway, paper as a host reward. You know how if you make an order, and here we go, you place an order, you get to choose a host reward when your order reaches $150. Well, you can finally choose paper as your host reward, and that is pretty unique. And not only that, but this, I mean, look how thick that is. This is, you might think, well, it's a bigger stack, big deal, but it's actually the size of 4 Designer Series paper packs. I mean, because it is 48 sheets. Normally you get 12, right? So it's 48. So it's like 4 DSP stacks. And I want to show it to you because one side is beautiful patterns and bright colors. And here, I love this one. That's what I used on the party, on that peekaboo frames. See how they were, that's this one. And look at this rainbow colors. You're going to use, this paper, I think, is going to be used like crazy. The patterns are fun. And you've got blue patterns and red patterns and pink patterns, pastel-y looking ones, hearts. Just really animal print, you know, bold greens, blues, yellows, but then also that soft colors. Great color choices that they made. Really fun. But then on the back, an entire family of black and whites. And so imagine what you can do here. You can do what I did. See this black and white circles? When I cut out a little strip to make so that I could use it for this, I had a little strip sitting on my desk, and I thought, oh, I wish they had colors in it, because I would use it with the Party Puffins, and I could match the colors of his hat. And then I thought, well, duh, I can do that on my own. So I just used my markers and just tried to randomly add colors and tried to match his hat a little bit, so it's a bright little border. And you can do the same, similar things with here. You can make this buffalo check any color you want by just using sponges or a brayer and add color. There's some grid patterns here, or black and white is always a striking addition to a card. So there's dots, there's this little hash marks, there's leaves, stripes, more dots. So you can do, you know, pink and black dots, you can do whatever you want. And then I liked this floral. And then I thought, wouldn't this be fun if you used this paper for the spotlight technique, and then the flowers that were popped up could be the ones that are colored in. That would be fun, right? So anyway, I think this picture, this dies are super fun, and I didn't want you to miss them, so that's why I'm talking so much about them. Super pretty. Okay. And then there's only, I think, one more die that doesn't have a stamp set. I don't want to forget it. Let's see, before I forget, picture this. Oh, it's the tags. There's a whole set of tags, and I did get that one because I can always use tags. Is this it? Tailor-made tags. Whoops, wrong side. So look at how many. And you've got 4 of each size, 4 of each style tag, so 8 tags. And then you've got these little hole reinforcers, so you can do a separate color, little reinforcer for some pops of color, and super fun little tags. So that's another one of those dies that you're going to use a ton of. So that's it for my dies. Now there's a few other things I want to point out before I go. There are some new embossing folders which you do need to check out. I want to point out I want to show you some sweets that I thought were so pretty. And oh, this spiral die, I was going to do we're going to do a demonstration on this because I want to do a bleaching tie-dye look with that. So be on the lookout for the spiral dye video coming soon. I wanted to show you this one. This is called the Hand Penned Suite. And so with this one, you've got paper and a stamp set that coordinate beautifully. And so I wanted to show you that. Let me grab it. Okay, so you've got this really pretty paper, which I've already used a bunch of. Because I was able to get earlier, and I've already sent out a bunch of swaps with this and to my team members, and we had a new catalog swap. So I have, most of my paper is missing. I think I have a little bit of everything in my little small pieces. But it's got flowers on one side and then colors on the other, soft, beautiful watercolor colors on the other side. And I made some cards I showed you earlier. Here's one. There we go. And there are dies to cut out your images. And like I said, I was in a swap, so I got some cards from others from this stamp set. Here's this stamped image here on this card from Diane Kipp. And I know I have another one, but maybe it's somewhere else. Nope, it's gone. This one was from Beth, and this is another one of those. This is the die. And it's that beautiful paper. And my other, I think that's all the ones I have with that set. Yep, okay. And then there's a set that reminds me of it called Color and Contour. And these kind of sketchy flowers look like the sketchy flowers in the paper. So this is another one, if you're kind of like this look, take a look at Color and Contour. And the reason why I want you to look at Color and Contour is because the dies for this one are particularly good. Okay, the dies for this one you're going to love. So they have, look at that. They have big rectangle frames for your backgrounds, and then they get progressively smaller. And then you've got, this one is cute, scallop, and then these cut out the images. And here I received a couple cards made with this one. I don't remember who sent this one. So, oh no, this was from Kim. For some reason I thought it was from a swap, but it wasn't. It was just from Kim. So this is from a team member, and she used 2 of the scallops. So pretty. This was one of my favorite from our pre-order that I got, and so I got it right away. And then I ended up not being able to. You know, so many stamps, so little time. I didn't get to play with this one yet, but I really like the layers of frames. And then isn't that interesting that Jane Stenstrom also used the same colors, and she used the same frame. So this is, you're going to see a lot of this one. And so here it is. Very pretty little cards. And so I really loved Color and Contour and Hand Pen. These are right up my alley. So take a look at those and this beautiful paper. All right. I think that was all I wanted to show you, like that I thought you might miss from the catalog walkthrough that I wanted to do in the lives. So I think that's it. While I still have the video running, I do want to show you the Pansy Suite. I think this is one of those that you're going to see all over, so I may not get it out right now. This one is so pretty, but I think it's also super popular, and you're going to start to see this everywhere. And I haven't been able to use it yet, but these pansy dies match some pansy paper, and as you can see in this picture here, you can cut the pansies straight out of the paper, or you can stamp your own, or you can build some with cardstock. There's lots of layering going on here, lots of pieces, but so pretty. So that's one of those that you're going to start to see a lot of. And then one that I think is super pretty, it's called Peach. Lovely as a peach, or sweet as a peach. Let me find it. Tell me what page that's on? No. There it is. The You're a Peach Suite, and this one is another one of those that I think you're going to see everywhere because it's super cute. And I love these little jars, these little mason jars, and those are not mason jars, they're just little jars, but they're super cute. They're like this big, and really cute. The stamp sets are really pretty, and so I think this is something you're going to start to see on Pinterest everywhere. I think people are going to use this one a lot. So I want you to take a look at it. And there's another leafy hanging baskets, hanging plants that I wanted to show you that I thought was really cute. So when you're going through the catalog, which is up at my blog, or you might have your copy already, I can't find it. You know, pretty soon I'll have this catalog memorized, but I'm not there yet. Here's that diorama again. Fun, fun. Okay, page 81, and it is just a really fun stamp set, and I wanted to point out that you can cut out and mix and match plants from either the stamps or the papers. So here are the papers, and the papers are really pretty, so I want to show you the papers. Okay. Here we go. Look at this one. That's another one of those, like I showed you the trees, where you can cut it down the center, and then you have all these background pages, which I really like. And then the back of that is a fun texture. So we've got these plants, fun, which you can cut out, or a texture. Okay, and then here's a bunch of pots, and there are dies for these, or you can cut them out. And then on the back, a texture. Fun little leaves. This would be a nice tropical. You could use this one with that tropical paradise, or that, what is it called? That tropical set from last spring is still in the catalog. Here's some brick pattern. That's nice. And then you can cut these out. These separate plant tops have a die, and you can add them to the pots. So that's fun. Make your own mix and match pots. And then here's the back of that one. So I love the backgrounds. They're all kind of like these just natural elements, like the bricks and the just simple backgrounds. I love those. And here's the back of that one. I like that a lot. Okay, so anyway, this paper I thought was really, in fact, I liked the paper so much that I kind of ended up buying the stamps for the paper. And then the dies on this one have a hanging basket, so you can hang your plants, and I have them in a pile somewhere, so I'm not going to dig them out at this exact moment, but you can see that in the catalog. So really fun little hanging plants, super cute. The samples for this one were super cute. So I hope that you will have a fun time looking through the catalog. I hope that you'll go to my blog and see the information about my raffle and participate in that, and download my scavenger hunt document and take a look at that. And if you have any questions about the new catalog, please let me know, and I'll be happy to answer them for you. Bye!